Hi everyone, Happy New Year, Happy 2026. I am so excited you and I made it to 2026. It's really through the grace of God. We're grateful to be here. I am super thankful to God for the life that I have and for the chance to live again and see 2026. So Happy New Year everybody. We are all grateful and thankful to God to be here. My name is Yeyise Gunene Dlamini. I am a self-development enthusiast. I love developing myself. I love and enjoy, seeing an improvement in my life. And I also love sharing what I've come to know with other people and using the platforms that I have, such as social media, to share what I've come to know about self-development and how we can improve our lives. The reason why I came off camera today is because I did want to talk briefly about goal setting. I know this is a subject that most people have gotten a handle on, but some people are still asking themselves, why should I be doing this every year? Why should I be writing this down? Why should I be planning? I'll be doing it every year. And it's always interesting to me when you hear people say, I'm not saying right or wrong, this is why I'm saying it's interesting. It's always interesting to me when people say, I celebrate love every day. Why should I do it on Valentine's Day? Why should we set goals? I can set my goals any day. That is completely fine. That is completely okay. But one of the reasons why it's so powerful to do it, especially during the end of the year or the beginning of the year, is because throughout the course of the year, you're busy with urgent things. You're delivering. It's either deliverables. If you're in business, you're looking at orders and working on ensuring that your clients are happy. There's things that are always urgent and on your face like this that you need to be paying attention to, and you hardly get the time to pause and reflect. The end of the year, however, things sort of slow down a bit, at least for most businesses. Sorry for those that are in sales, retail, and that space that just really gets busy during the festive season. Other businesses, though, sort of slow down, and that creates that opportunity, rather presents that opportunity for us to just take the time to reflect. It's interesting how you literally are on reflective mode already anyway at the end of the year, because the adverts that you'll be seeing on TV will be reminding you about how things were last Christmas. Take it a notch up higher this year. You did this last year. It's already presenting or ushering you in this reflective mode anyway. And as you're planning for Christmas or New Year or what you're going to be doing for the holidays, you do reflect and think about what you did the year last. Now, because you're already in this space and the energy of just thinking about how things were before, why not ride on that wave and allow yourself to be more intentional and really think about how you showed up? Ask yourself those reflective questions. How did you show up for yourself? Were you able to do the things that you did? This is your life anyway, you just might want to check in. It's your life. You're living it, and it's as good as you are feeling it. So you might as well create those experiences intentionally that will make your life feel good to you. This is just one of the simple reasons why you should be doing it at this time, because you literally might have the time, the opportunity to do it. So ride on it. One of the things that I found about myself in the last year as I was reflecting, I wanted to share this with you, was that there wasn't so much growth as I had planned it. I had a vision, of course, where's my vision book? In 2020, anyway, I'll show it at some point before this video ends. I had plans, things that I wanted to achieve, 2024 and 2025 in particular. I did not quite see so much of that upward trajectory as I had hoped for. But the interesting part that I actually realized was that once you start investing in yourself and being intentional about developing yourself, the things that you put in, that you deposit, whether it's a reading habit or it is doing research or listening to podcasts, they are not in vain. They're always investments. I bought this book in 2022 and I read it in 2023. Who Moved My Cheese? This book speaks about when life changes, when things change, like losing a job or businesses going down or you're losing everything. And when I read it, this book resonated with me. It created this mindset that says, even if life changes, I know I can always start over. Because as they move the cheese, if you keep moving, you find a whole lot more cheese out there beyond the cheese that that you've been eating and enjoying. And so I read this book not knowing what life was going to present in 2024. And in 2024, there's a situation that happened at work that forced me to come out of that job. I ended up resigning. That was my work with USAID. So while sadly, even though the agency that I worked for ended up closing, I was very grateful that I don't even know why God pulled me out of it before the whole massive thing happened of closing the whole agency. It's the grace of God. I can never even take any credit for it and say it's self-development and what have you. But what I wanted to pull from that is, the reading habit. First of all, I went back to this book. I read it. The second thing that I did during those times, the only thing I was able to do was to read. So I was reading from bad to depressed. And my point being, when you do that investment in your development, in your growth, you don't know what sort of deep hole it's going to pull you out from. And the thing that got me out of bed was a book written by Teresa Valfoy that says The Alone Advantage. That's the book that got me out of my sadness of losing a job. But one of the things that when I was reflecting at the end of 2025 that came to mind was, while I did not see the growth that I was looking forward to, that we've been conditioned to think of growth as, which is like this career ladder that is upward. The ladder is a stepwise thing that's going up, right? So while I did not grow in that traditional way, or that way in which we've been conditioned to think of growth as, I was growing just differently. So you are never, as long as you live, you're never not growing. Whether you're feeling stuck, whether you're feeling like the last year the only thing you did was survive, trust me, you were growing just differently. There's a certain level of strength that you have. There's a certain wisdom that you acquired. There's a certain knowledge and insight about your own self, your survival that you acquired, your ability to be thankful for your life as you saw the things that happened to other people in 2025, to just appreciate your life. You were growing just differently. I was growing, even though I did not see that. I was growing this way. My family, I was able to do a whole lot more things for my family that I could not do when I was working. I was definitely growing in all the areas that are even more meaningful in my life, such as my family, being able to serve them, being able to please them, because anybody can serve my family, but doing a little bit more is what makes us connect and really strengthen our bond. So what I wanted to remind you of as you're reflecting on the year or the years before 2026, one of the things that I want to remind you of is that you are never not growing. You are always growing. Whether you see it or you do not, you are growing. You may be growing differently, but you're growing. You're growing in strength. You're growing in wisdom. You're growing in knowledge. You're growing in insight. You're growing intuitively. Some people are even getting more intuitive and understanding their own selves, their own needs, and what is good for them, and where they should be going, who they need to be calling. They are following that God, wisdom and insight that is instilled in us. So that's number one, because visioning and goal setting as we're planning for the year always requires us to take stock of where you are, which is why reflection is important. You do have to think about how you did last year. Were you able to do the things that you did, etc., etc.? Were you able to become the person? Because that is one of the most important things as well. So yes, take stock, reflect. And number one thing that I wanted to share with you, there's so many things that you can know about visioning and reflection, but one, you are always growing. You could be growing differently, but you're growing. Having your vision, investing in yourself, gaining skills will help you in ways that you never thought. Okay? Number two, as we are setting goals for the year, I want us to really, really focus on ourselves. Yes. Guard your hearts with all due diligence, because issues of life flow from it. Guard your hearts, your minds with all due diligence, because issues of life, everything that has to do with your life flows from you. So one of the things that I want us all to do, which is something I've also been doing, is, as you're reflecting, think about the person that you were last year. The person that you were last year. What sort of personality is creating the things that you are seeing in your life? because you have to change, be transformed by the renewal of your mind. You have to change so that you can see different results. So as we are crafting our goals, I want you to also focus on what is the personality, the person that you need to become in order, because it is from the personality that then the experiences are created. Somebody that's assertive, you don't just get to tell them to do anything and they do it. That's what I'm talking about when I'm saying the experiences that you then have. They really also stem from the personality that you've embodied. If you can take everything, people will dump everything onto you. So goal setting for me this year, let's focus on ourselves. What is the personality that you want to create? For me, one of the things that have sort of stood out, it's a podcast that I listened to. I always prepare myself before writing my vision. So I was listening to podcasts that are speaking about goal setting. I was reading, I was looking at my past vision boards and just enjoying the whole thing. And one of the things that I came across in that podcast was this guy said, if your life was a movie and people were watching it, what do you think people would be screaming? You are the main character in the movie. What do you think? What would people be screaming if they were watching your life as a movie? Those that are watching, what would they be screaming? What would they be telling you to do? Would they be saying, just leave that relationship? Yeah, you say it's toxic, leave the guy. Oh, you went back. Would they be saying, just leave the job, your boss sucks? Just, what would they be saying? What would they be saying to you? If you think about that, it was so helpful for me as I was reflecting. So think about that. If your life was a movie, what would people be telling you to do? Maybe that is something that you need to think deeply about and then start working on. And lastly, I just want to say to you, I am about to create my vision and I will be using my vision book. It is available at Langa Concepts, at Ezulwini, as well as Gakoko Startups, in Babane, opposite Pick and Pay, the Reader's Cafe, opposite Msakatweni. I'll also be using this vision book to cut out pictures from it. I will also be using this precious book called the Bible, and I just want to read one scripture for you to think about as you're writing your goals. Okay, so the Bible verse that I want to read for you as you're writing your vision is from Proverbs 22, verse 29. It says, observe people who are good at their work. Skilled workers are always in demand and admired. They don't take a backseat to anyone. Isn't that just wonderful? Focus on yourself. Skill yourself up. This is what the Bible is saying today. This is what the Bible is saying. This is what God is saying to you today. Focus on yourself. Skill yourself up. And I wanted to read this for you from this favorite book of mine. Don't give your thoughts, it's January 6th. Don't give your thoughts too much power. Your thoughts are subjective and flexible. So don't allow them to rule every choice that you make. Happy New Year, everybody.